Hi everyone and welcome back to the Star Wars Library. So today we're going to be going through another Jabba the Hutt comic book that can be found in Wild Space Volume 2, or at least that's how I have it collected. And it is Jabba the Hutt and the Dynasty Trap. So this is a follow-up from the previous one. And basically, it's kind of picking up from the treasure that was gathered in the last one. So Bib Fortuna shoots Nampus's minions out of an airlock. It's kind of brutal. It's like, geez, you know. But anyways, so that happens. Jabba goes after an old friend who betrayed him, and that person or that individual's name is Vu Husker. Jabba says no to this guy's demands. This king's son says, "Kill my dad now." No, and now we're back in prison. And the princess says, "Kill my son," and then he does, and then says, "Ooh," and yeah, it's just this whole book is just a vicious cycle of betrayal and killing, and it's kind of brutal, actually. So, I mean, again, it's similar art to before. It's nothing, nothing too spectacular. I mean, Jabba, Jabba actually eats somebody in that. Like, it's freaking brutal, man. So, I don't know. It's an interesting read, to say the least. But let's go ahead and move on to something I'm a little bit more to talk about, or excited to talk about, and that is we get to start talking about Tales of the Bounty Hunters, our next Tales of story. So similar to the Mos Eisley, going to do a little bit of them here, and then we'll do a part 2 to finish this up. So let's go ahead and jump into this. This book is basically a collection of stories that talks about a lot of the bounty hunters we saw in Empire Strikes Back. It's edited by Kevin J. Anderson. So let's go through a few of them. So the first one is called Therefore I Am, The Tale of IG-88 by Kevin J. And we find in this story that there are multiple versions of IG-88. There's multiple IG-88 droids, or the IG series as they're called. They're activated, and basically IG-88A, the first one, he becomes sentient, and he starts to think. And he programs and uploads its personality into these 3 other IG-88 series droids. And they escape the lab, and so IG-88B is the one who accepts the bounty on Han Solo. And and what are the other ones? And so it's blown up and destroyed. And that's the one that you see on Bespin. C is blown up over Tatooine in the pop-up book, Battle of the Bounty Hunters or something. I think that's what it's called. And then D is defeated on Ord Mantell by Dash Rendar in Shadows of the Empire. Now, IG-88A will upload himself into the second Death Star, and right before he's like, "Yes, I've met my programming, and I am God," and then boom, the Death Star blows up. So it's not very long. It might be a little bit silly, but I thought it was pretty cool, and it explains more of IG-88, and I don't know, it was cool. It gave IG-88 more of a oomph, to him. So I thought it was cool. Payback, the next one, is The Tale of Dengar, and it's by Dave Wolverton. And in this one, he's doing a mission and is captured by the Empire. And we find that Dengar actually has a death warrant. So Vader says, "Tell you what, I'll waive it. I'll waive the warrant. But you have to go and if you help me kidnap Han Solo and all that." So he's like, "All right, fine, cool. I'll go do that." And it kind of sets up his story, and it sets up basically all the different bounty hunters and all that. And it also sets up the bounty hunter wars, because Dengar ends on Tatooine, and he's helping out Boba Fett. So it sets up that trilogy as well. Next one that we're going to talk about is Prize Pit, The Tale of Bossk, and Prize Pelt, The Tale of Bosk. And basically, this one's by Kathy Tyers, and Bosk accepts the mission to go hunt Han Solo. He takes help from a Wookiee bounty hunter and its human buddy, who seek to betray him. What will happen? Well, you'll have to read to find out. But another Tale of Bosk, nothing too fancy in here. I love Bosk. I've always thought he's cool. Like, I don't know why I think he's so cool, but I don't know. He's cool. I've always liked Bosk. So I mean, it's a decent read. But I mean, I don't know. It's nothing like or mind blowing. So pretty good. But folks, we will continue the rest of the stories in the next part. But as for Jabba, should you read this? No, you don't have to. It's nothing too crazy or great. But it's more Star Wars. So it's not bad, but it's certainly, I don't know. I don't think it's super great either, but it's not a terrible read, in that. I do like these other two bounty hunter stories, or these three, pardon me. But like I said, we will talk about the rest of them in another video. Until then, we'll see you then.